from 1957 to 66. And up to now, we've not been able to match what he did. I go around the country and I see the works of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And he's been my role model. If any president in Ghana that I want to beat his record is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Wow.
And if you give me 8 years, I'll beat his record. Why I want to be president is that, one, we need a selfless leader. Two, we need a bold leader. If you're a true party man, in contest, you can win, you can lose. So if you lose the election, you don't quit. You don't quit. That is why I joined. I'm still an NPP man. That is why I joined the campaign. And if I had not done that, look at what happened today. Can I even have the courage to say that I'm going to contest? No.
NPP, January 31st, January 31st, and I'm primaries no. Koshe the obey lead a part no bottom from down, said down from bottom, said down from apple, said bottom from apple, said I am BB. Now wait, and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong go PM a Kwasi Pratt, I'm younger son of Kwasi Pratt, that Michelle Pan a program, so the platform so. Now in some I've got the MPP and why you're basam bakam when him in summer a year Kennedy Agyapong Edia to jam MPP for more support to Baumiano, Mon Concorda. For the MPP there, Kennedy will lead, but Ghana there, no MPP member will lead Ghana. For now, we don't need any MPP. But for MPP, Mwanga Samu there, Miss Ramu, Mwanga Samu Fanto Kano, Mofankum, Munchusumamu party, a leader. But a Ghana leader, Namuko Chusu. Because when say whatever it is, MPP will bring a Baumia. Now, Baumia Bessan report on it, percentage, a Subasanti. I honorable Kennedy to Nofuna Wenty. Independent to Kwakalan Kashimu, who the NDC cry, Hammer, a boom mobile, because the way also were down for pan, and Kubum mobile wagon, Naki Jaya baby, agriculture, hope baby, the work of share, and industry, not to me. But as wording because you love MPP, and the only year we sign the Messiah, the only year sign the showdown, you're ready enough, Abra. You're ready, Kennedy, you're ready enough, showdown, because investigation in takes you taking. Hey, almost ye no more crocodile the John. Me can't cry natural, me the Danton Thomas. Me can't cry natural. And no matter what, Edutum, Kennedy, Brian, Baumia, whatever, nobody can beat a year Hon.Julius Deborah. Nobody. Me the life with tomato so. Nobody can beat Hon.Julius Deborah. He is the chosen one after His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Sibibian's son. I'm telling you, Diami Maswafa and the bebem, it will come to pass. I swear, it will come to pass. Me, with the Mekano, Mundi Mechini, but Mubeka say, hey, one time, you, the Dalton Thomas Eka, I say, Hon.Julius Deborah will come and lead Ghana, will be the Ghana president. All right, Unim, we mean kind of tinting, kind of say, who say, interview every even Kwasi Pratt Bisano about a year candidate of MPP. No, Julius Deborah did not. Why shock? About me, at the baby, wait the baby, between the baby, Kennedy stood the baby. Now, His Excellency, the President, or after His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, on His Excellency President Julius Deborah. When you meet him by bar, we are going to interview. A wakakra, or cansem, into no, make jai, Namwangasa, Motivi, Michamuaba.
My name is Aite Powers, aka What Can. Keep watching THEO TV. It's the best TV you have to watch in your life. I'm telling you, Aite Powers. THEO TV is the TV I watch all the time. Yeah. Push.
Yeah, my time on Habam, I said, I train them, catch us, someone notice, and I saw my son and media, they brought on cars or swap cars and autocars. Oh, Galilee, a month from in between a castle, a quine so. I only go filling station, you share that is opposite. Or car this was now be office taste nephew. Now pay brand new car. Don't hesitate. Just go to Esuman Motors. Just go there. Now car how on wedding come on. They just value the car now what top up credit. When a brand new car, umpewi now pay there. Now I can to force so I VIP, yes. VIP buses and I make comfort at the amount continue be and VIP be and VIP. Oh there, share VIP no the actual one. Yes, actual one ewo home. Who the only I can calculate so we said patch of VIP no the actual one ewo home ewo VIP station here. And no na person me for. And no na drivers no bomb pay so nyame because e tell me I say papa a kofale by. I am younger son godfather or no ena oda no na nye ono nko adaka breath mpo manso eka ho saso na ejabloni eka ho eno mere mu ena o maka mu tiabom o mu ne mede nti nyamso ewum no mde kaka no mu nyoba taking anyhow it will feel buchire ba na wamfa aeroplane afa nko with destination na me kanfo VIP ya cho Juan ewo ho me eno na me fo the Doubting Thomas me mpe efuni mu akaka kaka bia nti me fa VIP a cho Juan ewo ho I'm safe me mba be hu me our way too. All right, sisi a yanko na yanko go interview na Kwesi Platt. Credit to Kwesi Platt, the platform, and they refound the professional journalists. Yes, yanko na yanko nkutie and Kennedy Agyapong and Komona Omodiye.
To the studio, our studio at 48 Swanika Street at Belengpe. The Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Honorable, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Honorable, we understand that you want to be presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party. Is that right?
Yeah, not just presidential candidate, but president.
President of Ghana?
Yes. We just don't need presidential candidate, but we need president.
Of Ghana?
Of Ghana.
Yes, sir. Honorable, what convinces you that you are the best person for the New Patriotic Party?
Okay. My answer is simple. First, I have role models. And the role models, they are pragmatic ones. A pragmatic leader like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. When you look at the existing infrastructure in this country, about 60% of it was done by Nkrumah in the period of 9 years, from 1957 to 66. And up to now, we've not been able to match what he did. I go around the country and I see the works of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And he's been my role model. If any president in Ghana that I want to beat his record is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Wow.
And if you give me 8 years, I'll beat his record. Why I want to be president is that, one, we need a selfless leader. Two, we need a bold leader. Three, we need a decisive leader. And four, we need a pragmatic leader. Enough is enough of the theories. We've been propounding theories, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I feel, first, we are not on top of the game because we have to be brilliant on the basics. Mm-hmm. What I mean by brilliant on the basics is that this morning I met some youth and they are into coconut, mango production, and I was educating them how they can take it further by the coconut juice. I gave them example of Waitrose in London, where you go, Indonesia produces this coconut juice, and on the UK market is 75p. Mm-hmm. They didn't know all these things. Coconut, you can use, you peel it, and the husk can be used for fertilizer. Mm-hmm. It can be used for charcoal. The coconut itself, they are growing. I don't know what inform them, but they don't know even about coconut oil. So this is what I mean by the basics. The mangoes that they are producing, they can dry them and becomes like a biscuit. There's so many things. The pineapple, I told them, pineapple, we can use pineapple. When you peel it off, what you are going to throw away, you can use it for perfume.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, perfume. Then you don't know the branches. When you go to Kenya, you see, they use it for sneakers. Pineapple. Kwasi, plantain and banana, the stem. We use it for this carpet here. Then the fugu, the thread that they use for fugu is also from, you can use plantain stem. They use it for diapers. They use it for tampers. But here, we throw them away. Cassava. We can produce or use cassava to produce about 32 different products. If you go to Thailand, then they put biscuit, cassava biscuit. You won't believe it. That is coming from cassava. Can use cassava for starch. I always say that cassava is more important than gold and more important than cocoa. Because one product, if you can use it for one raw material, that you can use it for over 32 products, then gold can match it. And the essentials in it, the starch, almost every pharmaceutical industry, the tablets we swallow when we are sick, they put starch in it. So the demand for starch from our cassava that we use for garli, agbelema, fufu, and all those things, we can do better than that. We use cassava for ethanol. What are we doing? This is what I mean by basics. We have to be brilliant on the basics. When you go to maize, because you'll be surprised that Ghanaians, about 90% of the population, do not know that we have maize oil. One important personality, top official, came to my house in New Jersey. I was talking about this. He didn't know. I drove him to Whole Foods and bought a gallon of it. He said Mazola corn oil. And the corn is there. You see it. The labeling. You can use corn for ethanol as well. In Brazil uses sugarcane for the ethanol. America uses corn for ethanol. And this ethanol that I'm talking about, we have companies in Ghana here that import 2.1 million tons of ethanol. The last time I checked in 2022, it was $962 per ton on the world market. So if you are buying 2.1 million tons, you're clocking $2 billion. Wow. Meanwhile, we can use 47,000 acres of maize farm, 2 seasons, which is 94,000 acres straight, and you can produce 2.1 million ethanol, which is equivalent to $2 billion. What are we doing?
You don't have to go to IMF.
Case closed. So that is what I mean by we have to be brilliant on the basics. Without this, those talking about inflation, interest rate, the growth of GDP and all those things, it will not work. Because the fundamentals are weak completely. So we have to be pragmatic in all our decisions. Kwasi, do you know that this is chipboards? All these that you see, like the wood, is chipboards, either from the main sawmill, the byproduct that they're going to try. I was going to Bia East and I saw them burning it. Meanwhile, they use it for this. And sugarcane. Sugarcane, when you take the sugar out, you get ethanol. After ethanol, the byproduct, they compress it and they get chipboards. After the chipboards, the last byproduct, they use it to generate power. almost every sugar plant that I visited in India, Kulapu, Lokna, and all those things, they generate their own electricity. And excess is supplied to the national grid with sugarcane. So what they were doing at Central Region, I was just laughing. They don't know what to do.
So, Honorable, if you have these ideas, you know, great ideas, want to rival Nkrumah or beat Nkrumah and so on, how come that some people close to you in your party appear to be putting obstacles in your way?
Well, Kwesi, you have been in politics for so long. It's part of the game.
To put obstacles in the way of something
because
which is good for the country?
sometimes the truth hurts. I mean, telling you that people are being theorists, that alone affects some people. They are not pragmatic. They will talk about GDP. They will talk about interest rate. They will talk about inflations. Meanwhile, they are not brilliant on the basics as I've given you. So obviously, when you say that, it weakens them and they tend to hate you. Instead of embracing your ideas and sharing these ideas, your vision with you, they tend to hate you. So, you know, in politics, that's the nature of the game. So I'm okay with it.
What is your track record in the party? Are you a founding member of the party? When did you join? What have you done to build this party?
Oh, I've done a lot for the party. Well, when you say founding members who sign, no. But we're the founding members when culture of silence, nobody could talk or speak. And Dubois started speaking, we all joined. So I joined this party when it was Dankwa Buzia Domo. And it was a man called Tanai Yabwachi. He was an ambassador, UN ambassador during Buzia's time. And after the coup, he stayed in America. That's the father of Ochehene. Ochehene's father. He used his apartment to start this organization, as we call it, Dankwa Buzia Domo. Then it grew. We changed it to NPP. So I've been part of it from 1991. Then came back in Ghana to support Dubois and all those things. And I never gave up. Dubois time, I stayed here for about 8 months. When I went back to America, I had lost everything and had to start life again. You know, I've done so many things for the party. And sometimes when we say it, they say, Kennedy Agyapong, whatever he does, he talks about it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Why
This is my biggest problem in the party. I can tell you today that there's a proverb which says, a sheep sweats, but we don't see it, feel it, because of
the skin.
The skin. If I tell you what I went through, a whole officials planning that you should silence Kennedy Agyapong, don't give him businesses anymore, because when he gets money, he will be too powerful in the party. And they screwed me up. From 2021 to 2024, it was August 2024 that I got a contract.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you survive?
I've told you, I'm a pragmatic person. And I build businesses not based on politics. I build businesses looking at the demand of Ghanaian population. And I make sure I do quality things so that wherever you go, irrespective of my party affiliation, because you know I give out or sell quality products, you are forced to come to me. That is why I've survived. I can tell you, my co-stores, I'm the only person who has built co-stores with ammonia, the ammonia system. The freon is not expensive, but the ammonia is very, very expensive. And mine can go as low as low temperature, minus 25 degrees. So it attracts a lot of people. They come, just they say, After taxes, somebody has given me $24,000, 3 months for renting one room. He has no choice because he doesn't want his fish or chicken to get spoiled. So he needs good systems. And I build good systems. So it has nothing to do with politics. They will come because they want quality products. That is how I've survived.
But
I will tell you, I will not be ungrateful. The first term, I also got contracts. Why not? But the last time NPP people are here, the arguments they make, they don't know that it was deliberate attempt to collapse Kennedy Agyapong.
But they didn't succeed.
No, it didn't work. But it worked because now they need money to fund the party and they don't have it.
I was going to come to that. I mean, this is a party with people like you. Obviously not just with a few others. And in the beginning of the year, we heard that party workers were not being paid at all. How come? That there are big people like you, resourceful people like you, and party people were not getting paid. What happened? What went wrong?
I'll tell you the gospel truth. I believe we are all Ghanaians. But if people sacrifice their life to make you whoever you are, the only thing you have to do is to reward them and appreciate their efforts. It was unfortunate that we did not help a lot of people. People looking for appointment, they will tell them we are not here because of NPP. People looking for jobs, they will tell them. People that worked for NPP, they will tell them to go online. Sometimes, even recruitment, they have to go through hell. This is why it caused apathy among our party people. And they decided not to go and vote. One minister told me how he lost. In his constituency, he said around 2 p.m., the young ones were standing outside. He asked them to go and vote and said, we are not going to vote. Because when we were looking for a job, they were charging us.
Wow.
So we are not going to vote. And truly, he lost the election. So the apathy, one reason is party neglect. Yeah, I have to, look, whatever I'm telling you today, they will insult me, they will do everything, but that's the gospel truth. They don't want the truth to be told. But that's the truth. We step on so many toes. They show some videos about Kennedy Agyapong. He said this, he's not a presidential material. And if they are not being diabolic and you listen carefully, it was an advice I was giving them and criticizing some bad deeds of the party people. But now they use it against me. During the campaign, I've been quiet because during the campaign, they wrote 10 sins of Kennedy Agyapong. That's why I apologize to President Mahama. Because he's been very nice to me. He loved me. He loves me and everything. His wife. But because of party, I ignored this relationship and criticized him. And I have to be honest, I was harsh. Only for me now to come out, when I was criticizing NDC, my party was happy. But when I decided to contest, was the time that they used all the things against me. All the things I used to defend NDC became a sin. And they circulate around 10 sins of Kennedy Agyapong. So now I'm quiet. Because my argument is, in the Bible, they have 10 commandments. And since Abraham's time, they've not added one to it to make 11. So 10 sins of Kennedy Agyapong, I'll not go and say anything for you to add 11 sins or 12 sins. That is why I'm quiet.
But how can you campaign when you're quiet?
No, campaigning, like what is going on, I can say a few things about mistakes NDC is making. But now I'm not going to say it. Country broke, broke, we day inside.
Well, viewers, I promised you, we are in a conversation with Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. And as you do know, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is aspiring to be president of Ghana. I said he wanted to be presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party. He says no, president of Ghana. We're going to go for a short break, and when we come back, I'd like to ask him a rather difficult question. I'd like to ask him this question. The people that you contested with, you believed that you were better than them, or that you could do better than them, but in the end, you followed them. Why? Let's go on a short break, and when we come back, I'll pose this question to the Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, President of Ghana, not presidential candidate of the NPP. And he's in the studio, and we're having a very good conversation. My question, Honorable, you told us that some people could not take us to the promised land. Then you lost, and then we found you with the people who could not take us to the promised land. What happened?
Well, the mere fact that I was campaigning doesn't mean I'm against the party. If you're a true party man, in contest, you can win, you can lose. So if you lose the election, you don't quit. You don't quit. That is why I joined. I'm still an MPP man. That is why I joined the campaign. And if I had not done that, look at what happened today. Can I even have the courage to say that I'm going to contest? No. Those who didn't have the patience and left, now they cannot come back and contest. Mm-hmm. So I decided to stay and look at what God has for me, in store for me in future. And we're back again. You know, those days I was telling them the truth and they didn't listen. Rather, they used it against me that I was destroying the party. But let me take opportunity to explain. In March 2022, I had about 240 million cedis in 6 banks waiting for a contract. It delayed, and after that, it didn't happen because I came out openly to contest. I gave a contractor $100,000 to buy doors from Turkey for me. And the invoice he gave me was 600,000 cedis. In August, when the goods arrived, he needed 100,000 to clear them, and he came. The invoice of $100,000 in August 2022 was 1,550,000.
Why?
Yeah, because of CD depreciation. I was shocked. So when I gave the check, then I went back to calculate. In March 2022, the 240 million cedis was equivalent to $40 million because it was 6 cedis to $1. Mm-hmm. That is why I gave him 100,000 and he gave me invoice of 600. The same 100,000 in August 2022, it was 1,550,000. So I went upstairs and started calculating the value in dollars. Mm-hmm. The $40 million in March 2022 was 15,483,000. If you like, strike 240 million divided by 1.550, and you see $15,483,000 from $40 million. Money in the banks that I've not used, taking risk to do business, and
all gone.
Yeah. Just sitting in the bank, the depreciation, I lost almost $25 million. Am I the only businessman in this country? Colleagues, businessmen were also going through the same. And when they see me, say, you people, we are waiting for you. I went to a Greek bank to transfer money to a Chinese supplier. And They gave me the rate. I said, wow, it's too expensive. Can we do something? For the first time, the lady, anytime I went there, she was quiet, never talked about politics. But this time, she was behind me when I was talking to her junior colleague. Then she retorted, I must say, when your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. Also, the amount I was shocked.
She could say that to you?
Yes. A week later, I went to a great bank. There was a beautiful lady, we always joke. I got there, cracking the jokes. Normally she would laugh, but this time she was cold. Then I asked her, I said, honorable, we could jam podia. Send come there, so how can you make such a statement? And can Euphoria form, whatever you call it, was on her